Coming in at the bottom of our list at number... Not
It's
really
not the bottom,
Yeah.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. About this time last year from now, Nina and I were living in our van, traveling around the whole country, and reflecting back on that, we wanted to make a video of our top national parks that we visited while on that road trip. But before we get into our top picks, we need to explain our criteria. So how did we rank all these national parks? So we had three main criteria. The first one being their scenic beauty. How the sense of awe, just inspiring beauty that you witness with your bare eyes. Number two, their uniqueness. Where can you find this other places in the US or in the world? How rare are some of the qualities of this national park? And then lastly, the crowds. The impact that the amount of people at the park have on our ability to enjoy the park, get alone, and really enjoy the nature. So we scored all of these categories out of 10 points, and then we added them together and averaged them, and that's how we came to our final scores out of 10. So keep in mind that these scores are helping us to remain objective when we're picking our list, because because our favorite national parks don't line up with this list. So without further ado, here are some of our top national parks.
Coming in at number 12 on our list was Badlands National Park. Maybe it's because we had such low expectations for South Dakota, but Badlands really surprised us. It definitely wasn't a park full of the most challenging hikes. We did one of their expert trails in our flip-flops and Converse. I wouldn't classify it as beautiful, but it was definitely really unique and unlike anything else I'd seen. We also really loved the prairie dog farm that was right outside the gates of the national park. That added just a little something extra to our time there.
Then coming in at number 11 is Zion National Park. This might be because it's one of our most visited national parks and we have nothing but great memories there. Whether we're trudging through the Narrows or hiking Angel's Landing, it's pretty much impossible to not feel intimately connected with the environment all around you at Zion National Park.
Number 10 on our list is North Cascades National Park in Washington. We love blue alpine lakes, and North Cascades is full of them. Probably most famously Diablo Lake, which is massive. The day that we went, it was raining and almost snowing, so we kind of got skunked out there, but we were still pretty much the only people there. And even our rainy day, we had a great time and would recommend it to anyone else.
Coming in at number 9 is Channel Islands, which is a national park that maybe not everyone will be most familiar with, but it's intimately related to us because not only is it off the coast of Southern California, but it's also where I proposed to my wife, Miss Nina. It's home of one of the biggest and best dive parks where you can scuba dive, and that's where I proposed, down there underwater, which was awesome. And it's no surprise that because of the chain of islands and the lack of access due to having to take ferries, there's like nobody there. You are absolutely alone when you're on these islands, and it is truly something special.
Number 8 for us is Arches National Park. We liked this park because it was so easy to see almost everything in one day. Delicate Arch, which is on the Utah license plates, was super unique and one of a kind. Even though there's arches other places in the world, this was such a high concentration that it was really cool. And although throughout southern Utah and Arizona there's lots of red rocks, there's kind of nowhere else in the world that has red rock like we do in the southwestern United States. And
it's one of the few parks where we felt like we were able to see a lot of the park all in one day. Then at number 7, we have one of the big behemoths of national parks, Yellowstone. This is one of the most stunning places you'll ever see. Between all the different geothermal features there are, the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, and all the wildlife, it will absolutely just blow your mind. But all this stunning scenery is drastically undermined by the crowds of people. It totally impedes your ability to get out there and enjoy nature because you feel like you're at a theme park. It literally waiting to watch Old Faithful go off, you think you're lined up for a Disneyland parade. It's that bad. It's absolutely a must-see park, but I'm not in any race to get back there again.
Coming in at number 6 on our list is White Sands National Park. This is one of the newest additions to the national parks group, I guess. It just got upgraded from National Monument to a national park.
Dub.
Huge for them. There are sand dunes everywhere, but these are the only sand dunes we've ever seen that are white, so white that it kind of looks like you're on snow when you're there, and in pictures everyone's like, like, where are these snow dunes? But what we loved so much about this park was the sledding. We just had a super fun time. We ended up buying a used sled that we passed on to someone else in the parking lot when we were on our way out. Got to share the love. It was like $6. We planned to go for sunrise and loved our time so much that we spent the night and stayed for sunrise the next morning. Can you spend an entire day, an entire vacation there? Maybe not. But it is really cool, and I felt like really unique because of the color of those dunes.
Number 5 is probably my personal favorite, Glacier National Park. It's going to the Sun Road is second to none. You're literally driving along a cliff's edge, looking over, just one of the most beautiful sights there is to see. However, due to its limited accessibility during summer months, all of the crowds rush there all at once.
Honestly, our experience at Glacier wasn't that great. It was snowing and they were about to close one of the roads, and we did not get to do everything we wanted to do. But it still ranks, I think, at number 1 for both of our like personal favorite national parks that we've been to, criteria aside, and it's the one national park I think we're both dying to go back to. Coming at number 4 is Yosemite. Yosemite Valley is like nothing you've ever seen before. I mean, you've probably seen the pictures, so you can picture it, but seeing it in person, these rocks are massive. So it is incredibly unique in that sense. Everyone knows about it though, so like Yellowstone, it can feel like a theme park sometimes, especially if you're down in the valley doing some of the shorter, easier hikes.
Yosemite is also one of the best national parks for just general recreational activities, whether you're riding bikes, rollerblades, just want to go for a walk or whatever. The valley is just beautiful and can support people of all ability levels, from free solo on El Cap all the way down to just going for
throw a frisbee in the meadows.
Right.
But if you want to get out of the valley and go on a backpacking trip or something like that, you can definitely find your own little corner of the world.
Now we are into our top 3, highly controversial. At number 3 comes Acadia National Park of Maine. This one is so high on our list simply because it is beautiful, especially for the East Coast.
Sorry, East Coasters.
It's true. Like, the East Coast doesn't boast many crazy mountains. It doesn't boast many crazy deserts or red rocks or things that we're accustomed to seeing, but it does have a great sand beach. It's literally called Sand Beach, and
because it's one of the few.
It's one of the few. It's got great sand. Coastline is stunning, and especially if you go in fall, it is beautiful to see all the colored leaves changing on the trees. The Precipice Trail is rather unique. It's basically a via ferrata climb. There's not many hikes that you can do these days that aren't fiercely regulated and have all these safety standards and things like that, so something really special about that national park.
Number 2 is Grand Teton National Park. Hopefully we're not being too biased, as you guys know.
We're not. It's that great.
As you guys know, we call Jackson Hole home, but that has given us plenty of time to explore this park, and even throughout winter, summer, all the seasons that we've been there, we continue to love Grand Teton National Park. Whether you're just driving through on our way to the airport or something like that, the view of the mountains is stunning. But if you want to get up, go on hikes, climbs, whatever it may be,
Swims.
There's so much wildlife, so much to do. Cascade Canyon and Delta Lake are 2 of our favorite hikes, but honestly, each new hike that we do, I think, makes our top 10 hikes in the US. We just love it that much.
Coming in at our number 1 spot, the one you've all been waiting for, might be a little controversial, Olympic National Park in Washington. And this is simply because it is hands down the most diverse national park in the country. It's literally got Hurricane Ridge, mountains, it's got the Hoh Forest, quietest place in the United States, it's got Ruby Beach, and it's got beautiful coastline. It's got all of these incredible spaces all jammed into one national park. It is truly something just incredible. You have to go there. Not to mention, it's close to Seattle. It's easy to get there. It's easy to stay. It's easy to leave.
But despite being so close to Seattle, there wasn't that many people there when we went. Because it's so big and there's all these different regions, we were in like the Hoh Rainforest and we were the only ones there, and that was pretty cool. On our road trip around the country, we were able to hit, I think, 30-something national parks. So we have been to way over half the national parks in the country.
But in the lower 48.
Yes. We haven't been to any national parks in Alaska or Hawaii. We're hoping to get to them soon. The big ones that we're missing, though, are Mount Rainier in Washington, Rocky Mountain in Colorado, and Big Bend in Texas. So we can't speak to those ones. Just for fun, we're going to throw up our top picks from each of these categories. Our top picks for scenic, for uniqueness, and for crowds, as well as our lowest crowd picks, because some of the big ones like Yosemite and Yellowstone and Glacier, they would have like blown everything else out of the water had they not had such a low crowd score. You can pause it if you want to see exactly what we think goes where where, and why, and how we got these scores.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and down in the comments, let us know if you agree or disagree with any of our picks, things we missed, things you want to add, and that's it. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time, and peace out.